All right, everybody, welcome back to Ether Bandit's Garage. Today we got a little bit something special for y'all. So this here is Mr. Browning over at Browning's Garage on YouTube, which he don't have a channel yet, but we're working on him. And today we're going to talk about one of his projects, which is kind of mine too, but it's his on paper, but I helped a lot. So this is in fact a 1963 International Scout that me and Garrett have in fact swapped a 6.2 Detroit diesel into and a Muncie SM465, which we had it running and it ran great. I mean, phenomenal. We blew up one rear end whenever we were running it. Like, it wasn't even funny. It was running for less than 2 weeks and we were both in college and we could only drive it on the weekends. And he called me, he's like, hey, you got to stop on your way in today because this thing, axle don't have much longer. I drove it. He sat down after I got done driving it. Didn't make it 50 yards and the rear end was already blown up in it. Which, he has a part Scout, and so we swapped a different one in there. But we're swapping in these GM 10 bolts to go along with these good old 37 1450 tires, which we, there's a front axle missing here, but we're not going to sweat the small stuff. He made this custom seat frame for it, which I think is pretty cool. Whenever you're in a rotted out floorboard, which, I mean, it's just all Scouts, it makes you feel safe because at least the transmission tunnel is going to catch you. You'll just be sitting on the transfer case. And so with putting in these axles, which these are, the front one is a 410. The back one is a 342. But he bought the axles used and it came with a new 410 gear set, which, I mean, like, would you look at that? Would you look at that? And new bearings. I mean, she's ready to go. And then a while back at the junkyard, he picked out a early GM NV4500 four-wheel drive, which we know, or I know, they're within a half-inch of difference. And then we can bolt the same NP208 transfer case up to it. Maybe go to a 205 one day. Right now, 208s are easy to find. They bolt right up. You don't have to change a thing, and they work. And we haven't broke it yet. And here was like the original axle drive shaft we used to make it work. I mean, I'll try to put some videos up of it running. But it's pretty wicked. This engine is pretty much stock, except it has a Chinese HX40 on it, a stock 6.2 NA pump, which we actually have the fix for right over here. We were going to turn that one up, but I found a smoking deal on Marketplace, and this is a 4911 pump, which is the Turbo 6.5 pump. And those are better because they put up more fuel. And you can turn the fuel up even more on those and make more power. Which I think he's going to head stud this and probably main stud it at some point. And it's going to be pretty cool. Which we had to do a little bit of fab work on this thing to make it work. And granted, now it's even more fab work. But honestly, International must have known what GM was going to do with these axles, because they are going to bolt pretty much right in. We did have to notch this fender well pretty good for the turbo manifold, but we both agreed that there is no way we were going to put this 6.2 in there and not turbo it. But I would try to get up there higher, but this thing's is on jack stands right now, and it's just safer I don't. This was a budget build, of course, so don't mind our clutch reservoir. We used GM clutch hydraulics and adapted them to the factory clutch bucket on the Scout. Works really well. Like, the clutch was phenomenal in this thing. And this is just a square body steering or throttle cable. Like, it all went in really easily. But I just wanted to give y'all a little sneak peek on this. I'll try to get some more footage up of it next time I'm here. Just thought y'all might want to hear it or see it. So we'll catch y'all next time. Y'all don't have too much fun.